This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Anne-Marie Tabin at First Bank in Breeze. Contact Anne-Marie for your mortgage product needs. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. Trenton Processing. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio on this Monday. Coming up, we're going to talk volleyball with Central coach Chrissy Tunyas, and then tonight, it's all for some ice hockey and McKendree coach Gary Henson. Plus, as always, on Monday, we have the Body by Boy Little Augie's Pizza Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week. But let's tote some scores and stuff off the top. It's brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle, the hometown source for residential and commercial work. And on the Johnston Jewelers guest line, we head over to Odin for another former broadcast partner of mine, of course, the longtime voice of the Salem Wildcats, Bill Hawley. Bill, how are you?
Oh, man. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. And since I brought up the Wildcats, that means football this time of year. And what do you think about the Cahokia Conference and the Cats 4-2? They're having a good campaign.
Yeah, the Wildcats are off to a good start at 4-2, but the Cahokia Conference is tough. You can't take anybody for granted. Every Friday night, you better come strap it up and get ready to play, and that'll be the case this Friday night when they travel to Carlisle, I'm sure.
Yeah, if I'm around, as it's 50-50 as of now, but if so, I'm going to I'll see you in the booth. I'll come on up for a while there, and we'll talk some stuff.
Well, good. Be glad to have you.
Hey, that might be a good game, too. And you had a really good one, I guess that was 2 weeks ago now, against the Westland Warriors. You came from behind and, well, in the closing, I guess, minutes or so and won. What was it, 28-25?
Yeah, it was a 28-25, but what an enjoyable ball game if you were just a fan. I don't know if it's so enjoyable if you were a coach. But,
no, they never are they?
As a fan, it was fun to watch. And for the Wildcats, they've gotten better every game. So they have the first time to win 5 and be playoff eligible Friday night. So they've got something to play for when they come to Carlisle.
And Carlisle did just douse Westland the other evening.
Oh,
wow, it's just
Detroit.
a few, 36-7, I believe, if my
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was there.
That's
I did
what
the game.
Said. You never know. The thing I find about the Cahokia is everybody's got 4 or 5 good players. And then, you got to fill in, and it's a matter of numbers.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those leagues where any given night I think you can lose, or any given night you might run off a string. For the Wildcats are hoping it's the latter.
Well, I said it before day one, but I was glad to see the Wildcats come in. I think overall everybody is too. It beefs it up a little bit. And I think it's going to be, but not only for football, I'm looking at all the sports really. And Salem's, man, it's such a great place. B.E. Gum Gym and Jim Fink's Field, the facilities over there and the coaches and Scott Stewart, the AD, good people we're talking about. Need some more of that.
It's excellent people and great facilities, but almost all of Cahokia has great facilities, and they're good towns. Everybody's close and everybody hears about everybody else, and it makes for some good rivalries, and I'm sure they're going to emerge here shortly. And one of them for the Wildcats is probably with Carlisle. We let them beat us at home last year, and then the Indians tried to knock us off in the last game of the season in basketball. It cost us a
oh, yeah. That was some contest.
That was a battle.
That really was, really was. So 3 more weeks left in the regular season, and it's postseason for a few teams, more than a few in the Cahokia, and so we'll see how that all shakes out. Meanwhile, the Cardinals season is mercifully over. They were.
Oh, it's over. You could have put a fork in them after the Milwaukee series, couldn't you?
Well, basically, I mean, I never give up and never. I was close to saying never. I knew I didn't like. They get 1 of 3 in Chicago. The last week, the extreme stretch, they were 1-5. They only went 12-15 in September, and that's the month that separates the men from the boys, and that's exactly what happened.
That's when you got to stand up and play, and they can play, and the people that have been leading them all year long couldn't get a hit. And then they made a lot of errors.
Oh,
that's
errors!
Been the problem all year long. I guess the only good thing a Cardinal fan can take out of it is they did win one against the Cubbies, and that cost the Cubbies the division.
Yes. Well, but you know what? Why didn't they go for the knockout punch yesterday? Molina didn't play. Ozuna didn't play. Wong, he might have had a hurt Band-Aid or something. I don't get him. But after the game, Schultz says, yeah, they're a little bark, a little banged up. It's the last game of the year. You're resting it for 2019, the season opener? Come on.
Yeah, I thought they should have played everybody.
Goodness.
I think that the season's not over. You play 162 games.
Well, especially when there are positions to be, the Cubs and Brewers and all that.
Especially when the Cubs and the Brewers are battling it out.
That's the thing. And you owe it to those other teams or another team.
The way it turned out, you could have saved the Cubs from playing another day.
Yeah.
Well, they could have rested up for the playoffs.
133 errors, 40% more than last year. And now, come on, Bill. I thought O'Kindle was the infield defensive genius here, and and all that stuff, and the base running guy, and it was just as bad as always.
Here's the key.
Okay.
If you got good coaches, the players must be bad. And I think for the Cardinals under Matheny, they decided to go for all offense. And some of the trades they made were for offense, which didn't materialize, but that's what they traded for. And that's just not Cardinal baseball. I think they're going to have to go out and get some defensive players because they don't have the power to just win an 11-10 game.
No, not really. And you can hide one guy like Jose. I think Jose Martinez gets too much gruff. How come they're never on Carpenter at first base? He's miserable. Jerkel's not very good at third. They have a lot of problems. Well, you can usually hide one guy. We've done that for 100 years, and lift him maybe late in the game, but not 2 and 3.
I don't think you can have. No, you can't hide Carpenter.
And Ozuna can't hide. Ozuna couldn't throw me or you out.
Ozuna with a bad arm, and Martinez and Muniz. Where are you going to play him? I mean, come on. They've got to go out and get some people.
And I like Munoz, but really,
this is not the American League.
I heard somebody say the other day he can play 6 positions. I said, yeah, he can play 6 positions badly. Okay, let's give him a 7th.
Yeah, let's find him a spot where
this
he can
isn't
play
high
well.
school ball. know.
Well, I agreed, which I don't often agree with Tim McCarver yesterday on radio.
Oh, I'm with you.
He talked about how embarrassing it was and how they looked like a little league team.
Right.
I'm sure the Cardinal management was happy.
Yeah, he's one of the few that will say that. And hey, the thing that was really, he hit it on 2 big things. One with a pitch, and I don't remember what that was, but the critical one was the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 7th, and Matt Adams is there, a pretty good power bat off the bench, and they got him in the on deck circle when the catcher's up, and you got Kelly Molina on the bench for the easy lift. You want him in there then. That's when the game's on the line. They never did get to Adams, of course.
Well, and one time they had the bases loaded, and a left-handed or right-handed pitcher that he could hit, and the left-hander wasn't even warming up for Chicago.
No.
And they just left him on the bench.
I tell you what.
I don't know.
I'm not
maybe they'll work it all out.
It might. It could. But this is 3 times in a row now without the postseason. We're not used to that stuff. And I don't see why everybody's so believe me, yeah, we're in the same boat. I hope they do well. I hope Schilt succeeds and all of that. But I have my doubts. I don't see where he's any big shakes. I mean, we'll see how the fans like him a year from now. I mean, they like Matheny for 4 years too.
Yeah. In all fairness, I think you got to give him another year.
Yeah, but I don't know why they signed him when they did. Nobody's after him. They're after Stubby Clapp.
Well, he could have been the interim manager all year long.
Right.
But they jumped the gun. Said, "Well, we're playing so well."
Yeah.
Well,
they're paying Matheny. They wanted to get somebody cheap.
Well, and the key is in October, September, when it's all on the line, that's when you got to step up and play.
That's right. And
they didn't.
As far as I'm concerned, it was a collapse because they had at least the wild card. They had the wild card sewed up.
And as bad as they played, they very easily could have beat Milwaukee 2 out of 3.
Could have.
I mean, they ended up shooting themselves in the foot and throwing games away. But
the Brew Crew,
shot at them.
Brew Crew beat those Cubbies today 3-1. Oh, that Yelich is just he had 3 more hits today. They beat the Cubs 3-1 at Wrigley, so it's their first Central title since 2011, and it really is I didn't think their pitching would hold out. I guess they are using their bullpen in such great fashion, and they're hitting on all cylinders this year. If that happens again next year, I doubt it. But right now, they're riding high with it, and they're looking good.
Hey, when you start a reliever to pitch to the leadoff man and take him out,
one batter. No, I would never do that.
Yeah. But they got away with it.
They did. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
That's when things are when you're in a groove, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's the great thing about baseball is we can second guess them forever.
Yeah, and we will. So the Cubs are in the wild card game, and the Brew Crew gets boy, they've been playing a lot of baseball, those Cubs. Wow. And right now, L.A. is beating the Rockies, the last I saw, 5-0 in the 8th inning. So Colorado's going to have that long trip to Chicago tomorrow night. You would think advantage Cubbies.
You would think so.
I
mean, Colorado plays well at home. We can't say that about the Cardinals.
No, they really do. And the Rockies are they're a fun team to watch too. They really are.
Yeah.
In fact, with the teams I have with the teams that are left, I would prefer the Rockies or Milwaukee in the World Series.
Yeah, I would too. I'm not an LA fan to say the least.
I'm not too much either. This team I really like okay, but yeah.
Got a guy about a block away from me that loves them. So.
Should we mention his name?
I better not say that too loud. He may be outside.
How about the Illini football team? Do you like them? Do you love
them?
Terrible.
Terrible.
I got all hyped up Saturday because I couldn't wait for the Illinois-Rutgers game. I was thinking it was Saturday, but now I got to wait a whole week to miss it.
Oh yeah, they might beat Rutgers. They're terrible.
Yes. That's what.
But then again, they might not.
They might not. That would be terrible, wouldn't it?
How would you like to be their play-by-play people and have to interview Lovie Smith every week?
I don't know. I think Levy's pulling a con job. Things went well, he was going to leave for the NFL anyway. That was his plan. And now since it hasn't, he's kind of messed up.
He's making a bunch of money, not doing anything right now.
Nothing good at all, no. Missouri was off last week, too. SIU, they were trimmed by South Dakota 31-24 Saturday. Of course, the coach's son, Cole Stewart's on that club, and Javon Williams from Centralia's got a local look. They need to. They have Youngstown State Saturday. I know they've had some good teams in the past, so they only have one win now in the season, so they got to crank it up. Tough loss.
Yeah, they've got to crank it up. I think they've got some talent.
Sounds like it. I haven't seen them, but
I think the problem is the best coach is the athletic director, and he's not coming back. So.
Is that right?
Jerry Kill.
Yeah.
And he did wonders down there.
Yeah. Well, he had those health problems, and he still he went to Minnesota and a couple of different places. Was he with Rutgers for a while as an assistant?
I think so.
Seems like he was over there even. So
he did a heck of a job with the Saluki program.
Do you know him?
And then got him. No, I do not.
Okay.
Then got into the Big Ten with him. So
right.
Well,
good luck. Good luck to the Dogs. Alabama is an easy number 1. Woo. They're smashing everyone. Saturday didn't count, but I think there'll be some challengers by season's end, don't you? I know Ohio State Penn State game. I saw the end of that. That was great.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it would be better for football if they get some challenge in their own conference.
I think they will.
So far they haven't had much of a challenge.
I think they. I hope so anyway. Yeah, too. I love college football and I like the playoff. I'm one in the camp where I'd love to see 8 teams, but I'll settle for 4 yet. I kept wanting that to happen forever. An actual playoff, an actual champion.
Well, and the arguments they use against 8 teams or even more, well, it's too many games. But they just keep expanding the schedule and taking more TV revenue.
Right.
They don't worry about the student-athlete then.
No.
But 4 is better than the way it was.
Yes, definitely. Man, what are we going in, our 4th year maybe of this already? I don't know.
3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
I'm only going to mention this in passing.
I love to watch college football because it moves at a fast pace and they get it over with.
Generally speaking, unless they get too involved in those replays too. But how about that side at Penn State, though? Over 110,000, a whiteout. I don't know if there's anybody there that didn't have a white T-shirt on.
There wasn't.
Whoa, boy, that's a bad loss, though, huh? They're jumping on coach.
110,000 at U of I.
Maybe for a tractor pull.
Okay, all right. I just wondered.
I'm not even going to mention Earl Thomas.
No.
We know, everybody knows. Another class act, though. Hockey, Bill, hockey's starting Thursday officially.
Yes, it is. So all you hockey fans, get ready.
Thursday night against the Winnipeg Jets. Wow. The Blues won the summer, and now they won the exhibition season, so there's only one thing left to do.
Well, yeah, it'd be nice if they would show up in the playoffs.
Now they have to get there. That's not so easy. People always, but I love the Blues. So
still got to get there, but once you get there, you got to show up too.
They're gonna have to win this cup before too many more years blow by. I'm no teenager anymore, Bill.
Well, I think the Blues
they'll be real good.
Could have a very good season, but every time I think that, something happens.
I know it.
Next thing I know, we're trading goalies and firing coaches.
That's where I was going. Oftentimes, it's Jake Allen's what happens.
Everywhere the ex-coaches go, they win Stanley Cups.
Oh, don't they ever? They've had a bevy of them. They really
Evidently, that wasn't a problem.
No. The most recent one I think of is Joe Quenneville up in Chicago. He's done all right. I guess he wasn't such a bad coach after all.
No.
Okay.
We had to get rid of him.
What's
make a change.
Yeah, of course. They're quick at that in hockey. What's the postmortem on the Ryder Cup? We got ridden out of France, man.
Well, I think there that we should have put on masks to get out of town.
You watched some of it probably, huh?
Oh, yeah. The Europeans were very, very good, and we didn't bring our best game.
How can that happen?
Well, I don't know. They talk about it all year long, and
I know.
I think for a lot of the American players, if it's not on American soil, they seem to struggle. But they've had a long season, and they played their championship the week before. So I don't know. Maybe that had an effect on it. And you can say, yeah, but some of the Europeans were there too. Yes, they were. But Europeans, for some reason, rallied very, very well, and they had the matches set up well.
I heard a lot of squawking about our coach and the pairings and all that.
Yeah.
That's for losers, right?
The way it turned out, the pairings were not the best, but I don't know what he looked at going in. But
still, key guys didn't perform either, including Tiger Woods.
No, but like I said, Tiger just came off of winning the Players' Championship.
Yeah, that had to be a big shock. So,
yeah, so and he played more tournaments than he played in a long time in a row. So, I don't know if he was just wore out or the spirit of competition wasn't in him, but he didn't play as well as he can.
Okay. Hey,
he
finally,
had a great year, by the way.
Okay. Finally, you are the Grand Marshal for the Little Egypt Parade, which I believe is this Saturday. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Come on over. I'll give you a piece of candy.
Oh, man. That's what I mean. I need more candy. Can you still throw that stuff out in the parade?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't hit
Unfortunately,
me.
I haven't bought any yet. I guess I ought to get after that.
Yep, and then a couple of weeks for Halloween, too. You can't disappoint anybody this month.
It's a great honor, and I'm privileged to have that honor. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Good deal. Don't fall off the wagon or whatever.
Well, whatever they put me on.
I think they need to put you on one of those little motor scooters.
Yeah, they haven't told me that. Well, I couldn't ride with the Shriners, I don't think.
Okay.
But they're pretty good on those.
That'd be a nice touch, though. Yeah, stay away from that. Bill,
yeah,
I appreciate it. Maybe we might see you Friday over here at Carlisle High.
Thank you, Rip. Look forward to it. Have a great one.
Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bill Hawley on Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle, your hometown source for residential and commercial work. Chrissy is next. Gary's on the way, the athlete, too. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordikeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio for this Monday. Let's go to the Johnston Jewelers guest line for Central Cougars coach Chrissy Tanyas. Chrissy, welcome back.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be back.
And we hit the air after a busy week, a real busy weekend, and you just off a bunch of matches at the Belleville East Metro Classic. Went pretty well, right?
Yeah. Very happy with how we played and the outcomes. It's a tough tournament to be in, and we kind of gear up. This is a big part of our season, starting with this tournament. So we ended up with 3-2 overall on the weekend, and impressed with what I saw this weekend. 3-2
against some good competition, and ninth place.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. And so we would be like third and silver, but ninth place overall out of the 18 teams in the tournament.
18 teams, and all of them are very capable of beating each other. Huh? So there's pool play and different divisions. How's it all kind of shake out there, Chrissy?
Yeah, we started off Friday night. We had O'Fallon and Jabot in our pool play. Neither one of those are teams. Most definitely O'Fallon, can you look past? And we we beat Jabot in 2, and then O'Fallon, we hung with them, but they're just a stronger, faster team for us right now. So that put us into silver bracket the next morning. We met Normal High and Centennial, that's out of Champaign, and then Niernick Hall, which is out of Webster Groves, Missouri.
Oh.
All 3 very competitive teams. We started a little bit in that first game in the morning time and didn't quite get the result that we thought we were going to get, but picked ourselves up and carried on and did a great job the rest of the day.
You were actually involved in shutouts against or, two love each way in a win or a loss.
Yeah, that is correct. This tournament always brings such competition, and just love to get out there and play in it, have the girls play in it, and be in that atmosphere. There's 2 gyms going. There's actually 3 gyms going on at one time. The
3.
third gym is at
Wow.
the WIC. Yeah, it's a big tournament, and a lot of people around. A lot of just the energy that this tournament brings is fun for the girls to be part of.
I'd get lost. I'd be at the wrong court. Good thing you're in charge.
Well, hopefully not.
Modern Day, I believe, got 6. Who won the Classic?
Althoff won again.
Althoff,
Althoff won again. That would be back-to-back wins for them in that tournament.
Wow.
They ended up playing against a very talented Corazoo team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very talented. And, they prevailed, of course. So, they ended up in first place out of that. Columbia was also in that tournament. And I'm not for sure where they landed. I think they went 0-2 on Friday night, so they were put in different brackets than us in Modern Day.
Yeah, well, you're playing different teams, and I mean, I always like that. See some different teams and get prepped a little bit more for the postseason, which is really just around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing we talked about when the schedule was designed for the volleyball team, way before my time. Part of these tournaments being later in our season, a lot of the teams play their tournaments early in the season because we start seeding tomorrow night. We have to have our seeds in by Wednesday.
Tomorrow already, okay.
And really, and we already have we still have 2 big tournaments left in our season. But having these tournaments this late in the season really, I think, prepares us for the postseason. We have quite a bit of time to kind of take it slow and get going in the beginning of the season. And then we hit these 3 big tournaments right before postseason. I think this really prepares us, and that was the theory when they designed it this way.
The theory is going to work, I believe. So you're at Highland in another tournament, and also is it up at
then we have
Quince?
O'Fallon.
O'Fallon, yes.
O'Fallon, yeah. So we have Highland this coming weekend, and that used to be like a 5-team kind of round-robin tournament, but they've changed the format on that this year, and they've added 3 teams. So it's a bigger tournament this year than what it's been in the past. Last year we won that tournament, so we're looking forward to going back there and doing that again.
Yeah, defending champs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that. And incidentally, did they name an all-tournament team at the Classic, the Metro Classic?
Yeah, they do name an all-tournament team. None of my girls were chosen for that this year. It's been several years since we've had a player nominated for that.
Well,
a lot of those girls come out of that gold bracket
right.
Nominations.
Yeah, I'm sure you had some girls play very, very well. But if it's close, tiebreaker needed, whatever, basically, it's going to go to a couple of teams that are at the top of the standings. That's just pretty much how it works.
That's
works
pretty much
out,
how it works. You are correct.
Let's see. What else has been on the table? I know you've seen your share of Cahokia Conference action. Was Salem and Columbia both last week early?
Yes, they were. They were Salem. We had Salem and Columbia last week. Did them Tuesday and Thursday night. Went down to Salem, and they've improved, but we did prevail on that. And then Columbia, we stumbled against. We didn't quite play the way that we can that night, and they took advantage of that.
So Columbia was a loss, but as the Cahokia standings show right now, you and Freeburg are knotted. From the latest I saw, it's 6-1 above, and then Columbia's a game back. It is very, very tight. And you have Freeburg coming up rather quickly.
Tomorrow. Yeah, we have Freeburg coming up tomorrow night. So
you beat them the first
quite
time.
A bit riding on this tomorrow night. Yeah, we beat them the first time on our place. So, and going to Freeburg on their court is always a little tougher, but we've done that for several years now. We've been able to beat them on their court. and that's what we plan on doing tomorrow night. We are both sitting out there 6-1, so yep, my girls are well aware of what we're going after tomorrow night.
Let's see, you're done with the Columbia Eagles, it appears. So, but a lot of good matches ahead yet. Who have been? I know you've got a good team. It's simple as that, and didn't take much. I saw you play Carlisle a week and a half ago, whatever that's been now. But who maybe been a couple of your steadiest players throughout the season to date anyway?
Sure. My lead kill is our Abby Johnson. She's my middle hitter. And when they make connection, the setter and the hitter, that's a force to reckon with.
Yeah, by the way, Chrissy, she is every bit 6'5", isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I know people look at that and go, she's stretched that. I'm like, that is not stretched at all.
No, it looks about 6'5".
No, she is every bit of that.
Not that I doubted you in our earlier visit, but when you see her up close, and I was on the floor, she looks about 6'5".
Yeah, she's tall, and she uses it well. She plays well with that 6'5". Yeah. And my lead defensive player is Allie Fairman. She's my senior this year, and boy, we just struggle if she's not on the court. She is our lead passer, and we look to her to lead us. Sometimes we get a little too tough on ourselves as far as players. We start breaking down, and we look to Allie will lighten that up a little bit. She does a great job with that.
Grace Bushin, she fully rebounded from injury?
Yeah, Grace Bushin is doing a great job. When she first started, we were holding her back a little bit when she was in front row, and she stepped up, and she is now a 6th rotation player. Grace just brings a nice presence to the court. She swings at everything she can. She gets around on the ball and does a great job on taking out some sets or some passes on the third hit that I don't think most of my hitters could take out as well as she does. And then we have her in the back row. She's just really good on defense at reading the other team's offense, and she always puts herself in the right spot every time. Very consistent player.
And who are the little more recognition, the other 2 or 3 players that normally round out your lineup, I think?
So rounded out with Kayla Shannonfelt and Taylor Pavage. Taylor's my right side hitter and is my next she's my next lead in kills as far as hitting.
Probably.
From that right side, yes. Also leads our offense in setting. She's my 3rd-year varsity player, and she looks good. She's showing us that she belongs out there and that she is a 3rd-year varsity player.
Around 6 foot
rounding
2.
out, we have, absolutely. And then we have Emma Sablisky as an outside hitter also. Emma just sees the court so well, and she's going up in the air. Going up to hit that ball, she just picks the court apart. She can swing hard, but she's also smart enough and clever enough that she picks that court apart quite a bit. And then I have my other middle is Cassidy Kretschmer, and she's a sophomore. She's coming along. We have her up there for blocks, and she is proving that that's what we need her as. She is definitely stepping up on blocking. As a middle hitter, a lot of times it's more about being a blocker than always being the hitter.
You love it when some of those younger players can help out, and more than help out, really. Perform well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Those are 6 players. We rotate in with another senior, Kenzie Luber. She comes in as a DS and helps us out on some defensive rotations, and she switches out sometimes with Emma Sablisky. And we kind of use those 2 back and forth depending on what we need out of the gate.
I think it's going pretty well for you. And you have a match tomorrow night, a big one, a key one in the conference at Freeburg, and then it's the Highland Tournament and on and on. And year to year, let's see, what will you be 2A or 3A this season when we go to the post?
We're 3A. We are in 3A seeding, yeah.
And how about Mater Dei?
The regional.
Oh, good for you.
Mater Dei is also 3A. Yeah,
so they are 3. Okay. It seems to shift all the time in all the sports. It's not as simple as it used to be.
We've got quite a bit. Well, volleyball's got, coming out of this area, some strong competitive teams. We've got Althoff sitting out there that's still 3A, Mater Dei, Columbia, Freeburg, and us.
My goodness.
Highland is just north of us. They normally go north in the regional, but we never quite know where the seeding's going to fall until everything's in. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of competition to get us started in the postseason.
Well, keep prepping for it, but and I know you won't. Of course, you won't forget about the Cahokia Conference because you love to get that title claimed.
Absolutely, we'd like to return and keep that back-to-back years of winning the Cahokia Conference.
All right.
Definitely the goal and what we're going after tomorrow night.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Chrissy. All right. We'll call another time.
All right. Thanks, Rip. Talk to you soon.
See ya. Chrissy Tunyas of the Central Cougars volleyball team. And what's ahead on the dial? The athlete of the week right after an important break. And then later on, we go to Pucks and Gary Henson from McHenry. If you're in need of a quality meat processing plant, there's just one place to turn. Trenton Processing. For nearly 50 years, this family-owned and operated business has served Clinton County and beyond. For good reason, too. Trenton Processing offers the very best in retail and wholesale products, custom butchering, deer processing, and plenty more, including specialty pet items. Trenton Processing at 120 West Broadway in Trenton, the home of Sugar Creek Smoked Meats.
If it has been a long time since you've been to the dentist, you need to know you're not alone. For some, past experiences make it impossible to pick up the phone and call. Others are embarrassed because it has been so long. Hi, I'm Dr. Casey Santel, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I believe in listening to our patients and finding workable solutions to problems they have without making them feel guilty or putting them down. Please call me, Dr. Casey Santel, at Breeze Dental Care at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
Are you looking for a happy dental home? Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies and have what you are looking for. New patients welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. Get back on the right track to good dental health with Breeze Dental Care. Call 526-2020. That's 526-2020. Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Rip here at the Bird Watson Health Mart Studio for this Monday and Wednesday, 6 to 7, Saturday mornings, 9 until 10. The Dodgers did close out the Rockies 5-2, so the Rocks have to fly all the way back from the left coast to Chicago for the wild card game tomorrow night. Tain't easy. Let's go to the athlete.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're the best.
The Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Body by Boyd in Carlisle. Your complete gym and physical fitness center is Body by Boyd. And by Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze, the choice for pizza, pasta, and more. Call 526-7040.
And here we go. The athlete of the week is Carlisle Indians soccer player Zach Barnes, the junior striker, netted 5 goals and added 1 assist for 11 points in one match, and that was in the victory over Vandalia last week. He got blanked in the other one, but I think he did enough in this match. So Zach Barnes from Carlisle's soccer team is the athlete of the week, and he's been awarded, he'll get it shortly, a $10 gift certificate to Little Augie's Pizza. Pay attention. Then we're coming back. Gary Henson's still on the board. McHenry University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McHenry offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McHenry's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McHenry, log on to McHenryOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McHenry University is ready when you are.
Hi guys, this is Ed from Dine Chevrolet in Trenton. Do you need a new vehicle, but you've run into some bumps on the credit road? I'm here to help you. I've been getting credit challenge drivers behind the wheel for several years. I have several lending sources, and I work hard to get the very best rate possible without jumping through a lot of hoops. Dine Chevrolet. Discover our service, our selection, and our great pricing. Call me, Special Ed, at 402-3304 or visit us at dianeforalone.com to get started.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, HSHS St. Joseph Hospital, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, Southern OBGYN Associates, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman, Central Illinois Truck Service, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and by the Carlisle and Breeze Hardys. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Yeah, Logan, everybody, Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio. We've tuned in to Bill Hawley. Yeah, he's a great broadcast partner. Used to do a lot of games with him on 101 in Salem. He still does the sports showcase there and all the games. Good. Oh, played salt. Taught me a bunch off the off the field. I was a kid, man. So Bill Hawley and Chrissy Tunyas, Gary Henson still ahead. And Wednesday, one of our guests is in the sheet. He is Westland soccer coach Terry Calvert, so we shall add to this. Gary Henson, we missed him Saturday. Something came up. You bet it did. So right around this corner, we'll catch up with him on the Bearcats hockey team. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkins has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkins because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
Investing your hard work and hard-earned money into farming involves a lot of risk. That's why Illinois farmers have counted on Country Financial for federal crop insurance, crop hail, and farm insurance for over 80 years. You get great coverage at a price you can afford, and best of all, you get the same great service you've come to expect from Country. Call me, Keith Wilkin, at 526-1179 or Teresa Richards at 526-1100 today.
Hey, it's Bill on the road from Mornings with Scott and Casey. You hear me talking each week about travel, and one of my favorite things about driving across America is finding great food. And lucky for you, Mama's on the Hill in St. Louis is a super easy road trip destination. Authentic Italian favorites like baked lasagna, spaghetti, and tortellini, thin crust St. Louis-style pizza, and yes, Mama's on the Hill is the birthplace of toasted ravioli. Check out their menu online at mamasonthehill.com. Mama's on the Hill, on the Hill in St. Louis.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back for one final block here, everybody. Ripping the Bird Watson Health Mart studio on this Monday. Let's gather up the Johnson Jewelers guest line for McKendree Bearcats hockey coach. He's here tonight, Gary Henson. Gary, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Rip.
The game on ice is well underway for the college guys, and you're off to a good start. I know you had a loss Saturday, but still 3-1 at this point. And, hey, it began well for you Saturday evening, didn't it, against Aquinas out of Michigan?
Yeah, we got off to an early start, got a 1-0 lead. Those are two really evenly matched teams, and so, as you can tell by the score, but they're a very good hockey club. They're the NAIA champs from last year, and we got off to a good start, and unfortunately just couldn't hold them off.
4-3 was the final, but the evening before, you nipped them 5-4, and that was in shootout fashion. You had a classic over the Metro Recplex. Yeah,
it was a fun game. It's the overtime is if anyone hasn't seen it, it was 4-on-4, and we hit 4 goalposts in overtime.
Holy cow!
Yeah. We had 2 posts on consecutive shots, so we thought we had it won. We thought we had it won, and then we were able to extend it and get into the shootout. And Connor Brennan buried the last one, and Wes Werner, our new goalie from Toronto, or one of our new goalies from Toronto, made a big save and got the 2 points for us.
Well, the pitcher's best friend is the double play, and the goalie's best friend is the goalpost. Oh, but that's a lot of knocks. 4.
Yeah, it's I know it's on the radio and you can't see me, but I definitely added a few more gray hair that Friday.
Tyler Wilson, what a big game from Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, Canada. He had the trick, huh?
Yeah, Tyler, he's one heck of a hockey player, and we were so excited to have him last season, and then he returned this year, and he's feeling okay, and he was a big part of our weekend, and he'll be a big part of us going forward. We really rely on him and his line mates, Connor Brennan and Dominic Knopf, to kind of carry the load offensively. I mean, we can't rely on them solely, but we put them in good spots, and those young men come through a lot for us.
Wilson buried another one Saturday, right? But, yeah, that's quite a threesome there. Everybody back from last year among those 3, and they are up there high in the stat sheets for you then.
Yeah, I think Dominic had somewhere around 70 points in 30-ish, or just shy of 30 games, I guess, or a little more than 30 games. But Tyler Wilson and Connor Brennan were also – they're so creative. I don't really give them any guidance. Once they cross the red line heading toward, in attack mode, I just let them go. There's not really much I need to say.
Yeah, I believe you. Just they've got the ability, so why not? Is Tyler leading in goals in this year so far? Only through 4 games?
Yeah. Willie's leading in goals. Dominic got his first 2 on Saturday's game, which he was kind of squeezing the stick, we like to say, a little bit, and shooting the puck wide and hitting goalposts, but he was able to bury 2 of them for us Saturday, so I suspect he'll be back on track this weekend.
In just the scant of the season, but you also won at home and home against St. Louis University. That's always big. We talked about it before. I remember the glory days for St. Louis Billikens hockey. That was just incredible. Way back
it was
when.
A lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun back then, and my dad used to take us to a lot of the games, and I actually got to skate and warm-ups a few times with the Billikens when I was, in the 70s, and it was a lot of fun, and it was a great time, and SLU's always a good team, and they always put a good product on the ice still, and they have one heck of a goaltender in Alec Dirks, and we were able to get lucky and get a few past him and get the victory this week, 2 weeks ago.
All of these games have been really, really good and close. And you've got the connections to the St. Louis Blues, and you took on that alumni team again. That's how you got things started in exhibition style. That's got to be a load of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and there was a packed house. There was about 1,000, a little over 1,000 people in that rink that night.
Great.
And, the Blues love it. I mean, I know people think Blues alumni, and it's an exhibition, but we actually take it very seriously.
Yeah.
And Terry Yake's the director of Alumni Association for the St. Louis Blues, and Terry actually builds that team to beat us. And so Terry's 47, I think, 48 maybe, and he's the oldest guy on that team. And Barrett Jackman came over, and Joey Vitale came over. And
really?
Joe's only 32, and he's got the new job with on the media side with the St. Louis Blues, so it'll be a lot of fun. And there were 2 current pros on that team. They play over in Europe, so I'm trying not to make excuses as to why.
Hey, no, I know they're stacked. I hear guys talk about them, and no, and they have fun, but they take it seriously too. They don't want to be embarrassed or anything. So.
No, they don't, and it's a good test for us. And anytime you get to be around those guys and kind of learn from them and learn how they go about their business, because they still do. They still get to the rink early, and they still go through the process. And Jamie Rivers will actually tell you, that we had them beat about, most of the way through the second period, and they went in between the second and third period and actually sat down and came up with a game plan to beat us in the third period. That's how serious that game is. Now, it's not a full contact game as far as checking and those sort of things, but the strategy and the speed and all that, it is a game, a fun game, and it's a serious game. And man, having Barrett Jackman out there, sometimes I try not to be starstruck, and I'm around those guys kind of a lot, but when Barrett showed up, I caught myself staring. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure, yeah.
In fact, Andrew Best, one of my goaltenders, who's been our number 1 for the last 3 years, he said the first shot that Barrett took, he's not even sure how he made the save, because he was just looking at him thinking, I can't believe Barrett Jackson shoots.
Hey, Andrew Best, though, didn't he get some time in a Blues camp? Was it the prospect camp or something?
Yeah, he did. The Blues needed some goaltenders, and they knew of Andrew and and our connections with the Blues. So they called Andrew and asked him to come down and be part of that camp, and he learned a lot and did a great job. And the Blues organization couldn't have spoke more highly of the young man. And frankly, I can't either. I just think he's an outstanding young man off the ice as well. But of course, if you guys follow McKendree hockey, he's been our number 1 for the last 3 years, and that kid has proven why he's number 1. He works really hard, and his stats back up his play.
17 wins last year, over 90% saves, well under 3 in goals against. So, and while I bring up last season, you had another fabulous year, didn't you? I think it did come to a little sudden death in the postseason under some crazy circumstances, I believe, too. But you really did have a good campaign. Very good.
Thank you. We did. Just came up a little short there in that last in the regional championship game in overtime. It was a little bit heart-wrenching. We thought we had a goal early in the OT, but it didn't. I guess it didn't go in, and unfortunately, we were on the other side of it when the final whistle blew. But we got this same group back. I mean, we've added a couple guys to our team. We've added Wes Werner from Toronto. I mentioned him earlier, big goaltender. But we've added a couple local guys to our team. We've added Adam Dembski, who came from our D3 team, to our D2 team.
Oh, okay.
He's a local kid. Grew up out in West County area. And then we added Jacob Scrum from Collinsville on our back line. And he played for our D3 last year and moved up to our D2. And Jacob's been somebody, honestly, that I've had my eye on since he was about 13.
Huh.
I saw him play a game in Granite City Ice Rink, and I was standing there next to his dad, who I know, and I told Jason, his father, I said, Jacob has got great feet, and we're going to make him a Bearcat someday, and we were lucky enough to make that happen.
That's very good. But you do, it's mainly Canada as far as outside the country, but I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 from up there, but Serbia, Sweden, Switzerland, Latvia, all end up in Lebanon, Illinois. How about that?
Yeah, I mean,
you're recruiter of the year again. But that's what you have to do, recruit.
Absolutely, and it's a lot of time spent on the laptop and a lot of time, Skyping with agents all over the world and coaches all over the world. And of course, Canada's, if you want hockey players, I've probably said it before, but if you want hockey players, that's probably the first place you should start looking.
It's not going to change, is it?
No, it's not. So we've got a good foothold. We got a good foothold in Canada from Toronto all the way over to, as you mentioned, Ty Wilson from Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Shane Pluto from the Calgary area. And then as far as the guys overseas, we're constantly looking. It doesn't matter where they're from. We're going to look at them, and if we can get them here, we're going to get them here. And we've hit the Ukraine, and next year we're probably going to sign a few Russians. So,
talk to Vlad. Maybe he can set you up. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Claire,
I can get Vladdy on the phone, and maybe he can help me out.
Why not? Clear something up for me. Just Mike Keenan always used to say Calgary. Is it really Calgary? Is that how they pronounce it?
We say Calgary, and then I've coached one Shane Pluto that's with us now, and he says Calgary, but Ty Wilson, who's just 2 hours north of that, says Calgary. So I don't know. I think it's kind of like it's a little like Carlisle around here. Like some people say Carlisle, and some people say Carlisle.
I've lived here all my life. I think I pronounce it 2 different ways all the time. I'm always switching. Whoever I hear say it the last time sticks with me. Now the conference,
there you go.
It's a bear again, right? It'll be really, really good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play well to win. That's for sure. I mean, there was some times, during the last couple of years that maybe we didn't have our best game or our best effort, and we're able to sneak out a victory. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're 34-2 or 32-2 in the conference. It's moving to D2, so there's a huge target on our back. And when you go undefeated in your first year in the conference and you win it all, and you get a target, and then everybody works hard to catch you, and then when you sort of do the same thing the next year,
makes them mad.
Then the target gets the target gets bigger.
All right, once is enough, but now twice in a row, that's it.
Yeah, and so you got teams like Southern Illinois, like SIUE they've got some young coaches there, and Nick Edwards and Taylor Emmerich that do an outstanding job, and they've got that young fresh blood, and they're ready to make things happen. And they just blew Mizzou out this last weekend. I think they scored 24 goals in 2 games against Mizzou. So,
baby,
we're gonna have to definitely keep working hard and up our level even further if we intend on being the champion again this year.
Let's see how many years for the program and for you, Gary, over at McKendree.
I think this is our 6th year. Unfortunately, I lost track, but I was told earlier today that if we get to 20 wins this year, the 20th win will be Coach Brown and I's 100th win together at McKendree. So hopefully we can reach that milestone.
Yeah, and you have that's great. Congrats! And the University of Missouri is coming up this weekend at home, your place.
Yeah. Yeah, they like I said, they got beat pretty good by SIUE this weekend, and SIUE is a good team. But Mizzou's, they're kind of a fickle bunch, and if we don't pay attention, they can beat us. I mean, last year we went down to their place, and I think we had like a 7-1 or 8-1 first game or something along those lines, and then the second game we were tied 2-2 with 3 minutes left. So we were able to squeeze out a victory, but you just never know. They got a really good goaltender that played for the Junior Blues here locally, and they've got a couple kids that play AAA in the St. Louis area. So by no means are they a pushover, and if we're not ready to go, they can sneak up and beat us.
Finally, Gary Henson, you are okay, right? You had to sneak out of our interview session Saturday morning, but you have a clear bill of health. Mostly, right?
Yeah. I had, unfortunately, and you were calling, and my wife had my phone because I was in the ER, and I apologize.
No. That's although she probably could have done a pretty decent interview, huh?
She probably could have. She would have said a lot of same stuff I would have said, but they were fearful I had a blood clot, and thank goodness I don't.
Yes, that's the bottom line. And you coached, of course, Saturday night, and so
I did. I put my leg up on the bench, though.
A typical hockey player, even the coach. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to get rid of one of you on the ice or off the bench. Either one. It just doesn't happen.
Well, you know, us hockey players.
I know.
You don't want us to play.
Exactly.
If you don't want us to play, you got to kill us, and sometimes that doesn't even work. Remember that kid down in Dallas? He died on the bench, and they brought him back, and he played the third period. So
he played still that game. Of course, he played that game. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he was one of the 3 stars.
Yeah,
surely.
I think you're automatic first star if you come back to life.
I would hope so. All right, Gary, appreciate it, and we'll check in later.
All right, Rip. Thanks, buddy.
See ya. Gary Henson of the McHenry Hockey Bearcats. Our thanks to him and also to Chrissy Tunyas and Bill Hawley. We'll see you Wednesday with Terry Calvert and company, whoever that company may be. This is Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports was powered by Anne-Marie Tabin at First Bank in Breeze. Contact Anne-Marie for your mortgage product needs. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. Trenton Processing. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a presentation of